right, welcome back, everybody. It's Sarcasm Speaks. I said it right this time. I didn't stumble like last episode. I'm Jared, and then I always get confused on a three-person screen on Zoom how it's going to look, but he's
Dude, I'm over
Bob.
here.
He's
No,
Jones.
dude, I'm over here.
Yeah. No, dude, I'm over there.
Yeah, I'm not over there. I'm over here.
Yeah, I think because I'm recording my screen, people will see the way it's set up for me. So
on my screen, Jared,
that's
you're up
Jones.
here, and then
Oh, geez. Yeah, I got a 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom situation.
Yeah, like I'm over here and you're over there, and then you're down there.
Yeah. yeah, I see you. You're right there.
No, I'm over here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I meant, over there. But then who's over there?
No one's over there. There's only 3 of us.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, Pickett's over there behind me.
Vincenzo's over here.
Really? She's gonna steal the show on the YouTube.
He goes way the fuck upstairs.
Yeah.
He ain't
All right. So we got, I mean, this is gonna end up being Monday's episode. So I mean, this might be a little dated, but this is too good to pass up. Governor Cuomo just officially resigned today. It's like breaking news, like maybe within the last half hour before we got on, it was announced that he was resigning from his post after his assistant, whoever resigned like yesterday or the day before.
His secretary or something.
Oh, secretary. Yeah, something like that. And this is just hilarious. Like the amount of shit, like the instant memes is amazing. I'm going to try and see what I can find.
He had that great defense of himself yesterday.
He's Italian.
Yeah. He's not perverted. He's just Italian.
I'm not perverted. I'm just Italian. I posted that one on the podcast story.
Yeah, I mean, with a defense like that, I don't know why he still resigned.
Yeah,
that didn't sway everyone.
Yeah.
So if we're using that argument, are Italian subs perverted?
Oh, I don't know. Are they?
I mean, they're Italian.
Do Italian subs probably grope people? They grope their people's mouths, right? Because they go inside their mouths.
And kids too.
And yeah, you know what? We need to cancel Italian subs. They're fucking disgusting. They make me sick.
They're not. They're fucking delicious.
Yeah, no, they are. They are awesome.
Italian sub broke me anytime.
Although I do miss Wacky Deli, where they had 4 versions of an Italian sub, and the standard Italian sub was the worst one.
Yeah, that is true. The Godfather was great, and the Joe Pesci. The Joe Pesci was the good one too. Yeah.
No, the other 3 were all good. It was basically like if you take an Italian sub and it was like, how would you improve an Italian sub? One way would be take the mortadella out.
Yes.
All 3 subs accomplished that.
Yeah.
Then there was one. I don't think all 3 of them had prosciutto in it. I think one did not. I think it was like salami, pepperoni, capicola, or sopressata. I don't know. I forget what it had.
Oh,
So
you mean sopressat?
No, where we pronounce our fucking vowels at the end of the fucking word. We're not fucking Tony Soprano, and I don't know what the fuck is wrong with people from fucking New York. I do not know why the fuck it's prosciutto and capicola and sopressat and antipasto.
Yeah.
Ravioli. Pepperoni.
And just, sexual harass.
Maybe it's the perversion that makes you forget the last vowel.
Yeah, they're perverting their words. Ah, see that?
So maybe that does lend some credence to maybe all Italians are perverted.
Yes. So my favorite thing from this, I have it here. I might be able to pull the audio. But so if you're on the YouTube, you can see this right here. the underline says, I've never crossed the line, but I never realized how the line has shifted.
So apparently,
What?
a line is you can't grab somebody's tit at work.
So he is literally admitting to groping women.
I got two things.
But
there.
he said he is insinuating that, yeah, back in the good old days, the line was above that. You could do that. You could grope women back in the day. That wasn't crossing the line. It's literally what he's saying. He goes, I've never crossed the line, but I didn't realize how the line has shifted. That means he believes back in the day, it was not crossing the line to grope women. You're a fucking loser. On how
to handle this situation.
This guy, he has a book. He wrote a book.
He is a fucking asshat.
He is the textbook definition of asshat.
This isn't fair to the woman, but like one woman at the gym, I was talking about how much of a cocksucker this guy is.
Yeah.
Like this was months ago. She's like, I don't know. He's like kind of funny. Like whatever. I was like, what's wrong with him? And I'm like, well, one, he's a fucking asshole. And now two, we're gonna hop in the time machine. Now it's like, now look, see, I told you, I knew this would happen.
This is the guy people were talking about should run for president. People wanted this guy to be the president.
He was a betting favorite.
Yeah.
At some point before the primaries, I think
he was supposed to be on Biden's cabinet too, I believe.
Yeah. And then the killing grandmas got him kind of kicked out of the cabinet position.
Well, and he was also coming out with that book too.
And he locked down way too hard and fucked up the state. That's why. So him and Newsom. No, I'm sorry. Him and
de Blasio.
Garcetti, mayor of L.A., were both allegedly promised positions on the cabinet positions, but they locked down way too fucking hard and fucked up their cities and state. And they were like, yeah, we can't have you on the cabinet. You went a little too far. Because Garcetti got fucking protested by BLM. And then it came out that Cuomo killed all those grandmas. So they were like, yeah, sorry, guys. I know you did the whole lockdown thing, but you went a little too hard. So that position that I promised you, it's gone.
But you never go full retard.
Yeah. I want to see if.
That's what I'll do. Because I work for you.
No, you don't.
And doing the right thing is doing the right thing for you. Because as we say, it's not about me. It's about we.
I'm holding a press conference.
Kathy Hochul, my lieutenant governor, is smart and competent. This transition must be seamless. We have a lot going on. I'm very worried.
So how do you say nothing? But
I'm very worried about the Delta variant. But just the line that gets me there is I've never crossed the line. I just didn't realize the line had moved.
Also, he's not in it. He's not in it for him. That's bullshit. We've talked about this a million times. Politicians don't work for you.
Yeah.
They don't.
This isn't about me, except for when I wrote a book about me and how awesome I am.
This is he probably sat there and was like, this isn't about me. This is about we. Oh, yeah. No, I'm going to go with that line. That'll win them over.
Yeah.
They'll rally around that one. It's not about me. It's about the royal we.
It's about Xi and Zer.
It's not about me, but it's also not about those people I assaulted either, because I basically dismissed anything that happened to them.
Yeah. I'm still categorically denying that I've done anything wrong.
He's still doubling down on that too.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything wrong. He's just oversteered the line.
No, he never did anything wrong. Well, the line was different back then.
It's so bad.
The line was different. You could go around, and also the thing about this too is, how long has he been the governor for?
He's had 3 terms, so he was vying for a 4th term.
So 12 years.
Yeah.
12 years ago was 2009. I'm pretty sure that in 2009, it was not okay to grope and sexually harass women.
So you say that.
Call me fucking crazy.
Yeah, well, where were you in 2009?
Yeah. High school. No.
Yeah, you're still
high school.
No.
You're just in high school, you dumb fuck. How would you know what was okay back then?
Yeah. I mean, it's not like it was the 50s. Like if this dude was like 100 and he was like getting in trouble for something he did in the 50s, I'd be like, yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of how things were back then. You know, like the women came home and, well, actually, the women didn't come home because they stayed home all day. They didn't go to work. And guys came home and had dinner ready for them. You know, it was just how the 50s went. It doesn't mean it's okay, but not 2009.
You know, you weren't there.
You know, he give him a little Sean Connery. You know, he used to give his wife a little rap on the beak, you know. That's how things were back in the day. That was okay. You can't do that anymore. And you definitely couldn't do any of that in 2009. Did you ever see that interview with Sean Connery?
No.
I forget who he did the interview with, but he was saying that like, yeah, well, you know, back in the day, if my wife got out of line, I had to, you know, we had to make sure she knew her place. And everyone was like, whoa. But then everyone was like, oh yeah, he's like a million years old.
When you do the whole thing, I thought you were like he hit her with like a newspaper on the nose, like you do a dog.
Yeah, give her a little rap on the beak, you know, just pop.
No.
Yeah,
I said no.
So no, this guy is like, I don't know, probably like 60 in his 60s. You're not getting away with that, buddy. And the whole thing, this like the last, I don't know, 2 weeks is shifted from I didn't do anything to
I'm Italian.
I'm not perverted, I'm Italian to I never crossed the line, but the line was different before.
We're getting close to the truth.
It's like seriously, you're getting closer and closer to the truth. But you're still not admitting it.
What a fucking asshole.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
What an absolute asshat.
Yeah. But the good news is for us and for, you know, the world, football's back. By the time this comes out, we will have gone through the complete first week of the preseason. And everyone's going to be making their way too early predictions and all kinds of bullshit because everyone's like, oh, my God, the Washington football team beat the Chiefs by 30 points. They're going to be a good team. And it's like, no, they're not. It's preseason.
Washington football team's a 2-point favorite to in New England. No, probably at home, but against the Patriots.
On Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's preseason.
Do you think Mac Jones starts?
Nope.
No.
Cam will start. Mac Jones will play. And who knows, Hoyer might even play for some fucking reason.
Probably most of it. It's usually it's week one and week 3.
You got to throw it all out now because
there's only 3 weeks.
There's only 3.
Yeah.
And I think there's a decent gap from the game week 3 to regular season week 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's almost like if you don't play some of those guys, they're going to go almost 2 weeks.
Yeah. Because it used to be weeks 1 and week 3, you were going to see the starters, and weeks 2 and 4 in the preseason was like a waste of fucking time. Week 4 was the biggest waste of time.
So the last preseason game is the 29th of August, and the first regular season game against the Dolphins on September 12th.
Yeah, so it's almost like 2 weeks.
Yeah. But I am on record on this show. I almost went back, but I didn't feel like it to try and find where I said it. But probably around this time last year, maybe a little bit sooner, maybe in July, I had given a hot take that, you know, amid peak Corona time that once the NFL comes back in full swing, the world will start to get back to normal. And it didn't totally get back to normal, but once football came back, like we actually had real stories. Like the focus went away from coronavirus, like 24/7 on like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all this shit. And it went to like coronavirus, like 20 hours a day and 4 hours of football. You know what I mean? Like it's just that little bit of break. And I'm going out on a limb again and saying football is going to save us again this year.
Well, I think too, like this is the dead time of the year. Like everybody's on vacation or like nobody is like, there's nothing going on. Right. So if there's a pandemic that's around, like that's going to be a talking point, right? Yeah. So once you get football, once you get like sport, like something happening again, like you're going to like go, oh, we're just going to talk about this now.
Yeah. Yeah. Because there's literally nothing that happens in July and August.
I don't know.
Like it's just baseball.
The Wyndhams this week. If Will Zalatoris can win, he'll get to the FedEx Cup playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean,
lives will change this week. See, people are looking at the wrong stories. Someone's life could potentially change at the window, but no, everyone just wants to see the good guys.
Where is the window?
Greensboro.
Okay. That's kind of, well, no, that is not. I was going to say that's in your neck of the woods, Jones. It's not. It's like 8 hours south of you. That's
Greensboro, North Carolina.
That's where we're going in November. It's like an 8-hour drive.
There is a playoff coming to Baltimore though.
Caves Valley.
Yeah.
Is that like the next year or this year?
No, it's this year. It's this year's BMW. Jones, next year we might be coming to you. There's going to be an event at TPC Potomac. I'm not sure exactly where that's located, but I think it's DC area ish.
It's got to be, right? I mean, the Potomac's not that big. He said before he realized it's the second longest river in the country.
River in the country.
Yeah. It goes like Mississippi and then the Potomac. Well, it can't be that big, right?
How big could it be?
Yeah.
Like the Mystic, right?
Yeah.
So that's about 45 minutes from my house right now.
Oh shit.
That's doable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking sweet.
Sure doable.
Yeah. We can definitely do that.
Yeah, so it's gonna be like a one-time thing because usually that tournament's usually in Charlotte, but Charlotte's hosting the President's Cup, so they ain't playing.
Potomac is actually really fucking nice too. Like that area is fucking rich as hell.
Where is it?
It's in Potomac, Maryland. It's right outside of DC. It's super fucking bougie.
It's where all the politicians live.
Yeah. It's near Bethesda. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because Bethesda's got congressional, which is like fucking sounds like hell because it's all fucking like politicians or people who work in politics, and it's like shoot me in the fucking head. But I think the golf course is all right.
Yeah.
Like Bethesda's like where NIH is. Like there's a lot of like big wigs in that area, and it's like crap. Like if you want to get anywhere there, it's a fucking nightmare. Like it'll take you an hour to get like, I don't know, 10 miles.
Just sounds like Boston.
Yeah.
It took I took a group of kids to the aquarium a couple weeks ago, and my office is in Dorchester, and obviously the aquarium's in the seaport. I think it was 3 and change miles. It took us almost a half hour to get there. And I was like, this is sick. I love the city. I love Boston. It's great. I love it. It's awesome. I love the congestion. I wish it was more congested, actually. I think, you know what? Fuck all the construction that we're doing on the house. I think we're just going to sell the house and then move into Boston. But I want to live like right in downtown Boston preferably in an apartment that's only like 700 square feet, that the mortgage is like over $4,000 a month. And yeah, I don't get parking spaces either. And
You're not looking at the bright side.
I need to sit in traffic to everywhere I go.
City,
Yeah, you get all the culture and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great.
Like
it's so convenient. Everything's so close by. Well, you know, yeah, guess what? Guess where everything else is really fucking close by? Where I live in North Attleboro, 35 miles away from the fucking congestion of the city. Fuck that place. I hate cities.
Yeah, it's not like when Ian told us it takes him 7 hours to get to the next closest city.
Yeah. He's like, oh, a 4-hour drive? That's nothing. I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's like, oh, that's not bad. He's like, from Halifax to anywhere parts known, it's like fucking 4 hours. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I came back there a few weeks ago because Brandy's grandma had her birthday, and she didn't die of COVID, which is shocking. We were
she wasn't in New York.
Right.
Hey, congrats on not killing her grandma.
What's that?
Congrats on not killing her grandma.
Yeah. Try. I'm vaccinated, so.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, okay.
Did you know though that you could still get it? I don't know if you've heard that.
Yeah, I've heard that a few times.
Okay. I just want to make sure you knew.
Yeah, I know. We got into Boston proper on 93 North. We were going to I forgot the tunnel, the Sumner Tunnel, at 11:30, and it was 45 minutes because they were doing construction.
Yeah, PM. Yeah.
Yep.
It's the fucking worst.
Yep. That's why
I have sat in the tunnel from just the tunnel now, like entrance in Charlestown to exit in Dorchester. I don't know how long is the tunnel. Less than a mile and a half. Hour and a half. Just to get through the tunnel. And it hasn't just happened to me once. It's happened a few times. Hour and a half just to move through the tunnel.
Dude, it's like, so every time, or like the couple times I've played golf up like northern-ish part of the state, every fucking time Google Maps tries to send me 93. And it's like, why the fuck would you send me through the goddamn city? No. I get on 95 North at the same place I get on 93 North. Because I live right at that fucking fucked up part of the state.
Yeah.
95 North and 93 South are the same route. I don't know how.
That's my favorite.
Same route.
North and South is the same road.
In order for me to go 93 North, I have to just get on the other. I actually get on earlier. I get on 95 South or 95 North earlier than I get on 93 North. So I just go 95 the whole fucking way, and it insists on sending me through the goddamn city.
Yeah, but that's my favorite part of that is Massachusetts to a T, and Boston in particular. That one little strip of 95 South that you're actually traveling like due north, like on a compass, you're going north on 95 South. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah. Massachusetts a lot.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. But yeah, no, we should all just move to the city. It's great. Everything's super close by. You never have to worry about anything.
Like so convenient.
Yeah, because like Amazon doesn't exist anymore, right? That anything you want, you can buy and get the next day. Well, I gotta live in the city. I gotta be near everything. I don't want to miss out on anything.
Plus, instead of going to like an actual grocery store where you can buy like all the stuff you want in one place at a reasonable rate, you get to go to like these little markets, so these like little grocers where they don't have what you want. You pay 17 times more money for it, and you get to go to like 3 or 4 of them, and you get to walk the entire thing.
But it's all local. It's all locally grown. Oh, really? Where did they fucking locally grow it? In the fucking the cement sidewalk, or the cobblestone
old ladies
road
in Dorchester growing on their fucking balconies?
Yeah. They're like, oh yeah, but it's all local. Nah, how fucking local is it? It's the same fucking thing that I would get if I went to Waltham. Like, no one's growing crops in Boston. There's not enough fucking space.
You don't know
farmland.
Yeah.
You don't know that. They might have window gardens. You don't know that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Dude. It's a farmer's market. It's all locally grown. The fuck out
You're
of
really
here.
underselling the livestock division of Boston.
Yeah. Yeah. I fucking hate Boston. I hate the city so much. If you couldn't tell.
Dude, so I just thought of this because of the whole livestock thing.
Yeah.
So yesterday, I went to Sharon to practice. And when you drive up to the range, there's like along the parking lot, there is a driveway to another house or two adjacent to Sharon Country Club. So I see some woman holding 2 leashes, but they weren't dogs on there.
Oh,
They were
no.
goats.
Jesus.
Oh, she's like my father.
So not only did she have the goats on the leash, now I'm curious because they weren't just walking, they were in like the brush and shit. So I think she was doing landscaping because those fuckers will eat anything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They'll even eat poison ivy.
Dude, they will eat fucking barbed wire if you put it in front of them.
Yeah.
They do
Goats
not
suck.
care. Those stomachs are like iron drums.
It's like the iron lung that the sad clown lives in.
Yeah, it's like take like stomach acid for how strong that is, and add something even stronger to it, and then
Batteries.
put it in a batteries. Yeah, so it's a mix between battery acid and stomach acid, and it's in a vessel that somehow holds that concoction.
Yeah.
Hey, goats are dumb as fuck. Like when I went home afterwards, like I was just hanging out with my dad and stuff, and like the goats, like they're so dumb. They're incredibly stupid.
Goats are the worst. They creep me the fuck out. I hate their
They're-
eyes.
right?
They're like vertical eyes.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
they have the horizontal guys. We have the vertical guys.
Oh yeah. Well, no, like they're what the fuck is that called? Not the iris, the other one. Pupil. Their pupils are like north south. They're not like circles. They're like
Yeah.
slits. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fucking creepy. I don't like it.
You keep doing this thing with the goats. You're just only focusing on their appearance, and you're neglecting to realize how useful they could be.
Yeah, I mean, we had a plan when we were in Mansfield. We were going to get the goats to eat everything in the back, and
Yeah.
then I was going to shoot them.
And then I just did it like an asshole, and then we sold the place.
Yeah. that checks out.
Imagine if I had 8 goats pinned in there. That shit would have been gone in like 2 days.
Yeah.
They probably would have starved to death now.
Then we would have had
I
goat.
don't know how long a goat rental goes for, but
I'm sure goat tastes really good too.
Yeah, I mean, would it though? Because I feel like it's one of those things like lobster, where like they eat anything and everything, and it's like you're gonna eat the meat of the thing that eats anything and everything.
Yeah, but lobster's great.
Yeah, it can be, but it still kind of skeeves me out a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like bear.
I also learned the other day that like lobsters can't die naturally, like unless like something picks them off, or unless like they.
Is Vinny part lobster? Is that the secret this entire time?
He's like part lobster, part cockroach.
Yeah. Oh my god. That's the key to immortality. All these fucking morons have been looking for the fountain of youth somewhere in Florida, or like some sort of fucking, I don't know, the Holy Grail in Jerusalem. No. You got to find Vinny and get his DNA because he's got cockroach and lobster in him. And we got to use CRISPR to get cockroach and lobster DNA. And that's how you really become immortal.
If he's the key to life, I'm not going to be here anymore.
Probably could use some sea turtle too. Those fuckers live forever too.
Yeah. What's the is it the Greenland shark?
Yes.
The thing that's like 4,000 years old.
Yeah. They just hang out like the bottom of the ocean. They're just old as balls.
Yeah. Like one of them has literally been alive like when the Egyptians were like on the fucking earth or some bullshit like that. Like he is 4,000 years ago.
What did they do? Fucking tag them? Like, or do you mean the species, not the exact shark?
No, I think the same, like this shark, the one shark.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
what I'm asking. What do they do? They fucking tag them, the Egyptians? They're sitting
No.
there with fucking rocks and bricks, and they like yelled at the Jews, like, "Hey, make us an ear tag." And they
No,
fucking
the scientists. The scientists know.
this
They look
fucking
at him.
shark.
The scientists look at him and like, he looks really fucking old. Oh, how old do you think he is? I'd say around 4,000 years.
Oh well, we have this drawing on the pyramid, and it was done with a stick. Kind of looks like that shark.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is the one. I think this is the exact shark.
Yeah.
Look, he's got a fucking mole on his left fin. It matches.
Yeah, the fucking cave drawings.
Yeah.
Using cave drawings to identify the exact animal, not species.
Yeah, they live forever. That's Vinny.
So he's 4 parts. He's equal parts lobster, cockroach, sea turtle, and Greenland shark.
Yeah, and then 100% shithead
Yeah. What a concoction.
with a sprinkle of alcoholism.
Just a sprinkle.
A healthy dose. A healthy dose of an unhealthy habit.
Dude, so I was listening to some guy. He owns a liquor store, and he was talking about he had someone working there for like 3 fucking days, and she like comes in late, locks herself in the bathroom. He's the owner. Manager comes down. They get her out of the bathroom, and she got a gash in her head, like bruises on her face, and it's like, what in the fuck? And like trying to say she's there to work, where she was there, and this happened there, and it's like like that type of crap.
Yeah, yeah.
And so like whatever. So they take her to the emergency room, and he's like, good thing the manager thought of that. He goes, I wouldn't have done it. He goes, I would have fucking just taken and thrown her in the fucking dumpster. He goes, but then there would have been a whole host of other fucking lawsuits on me. And then so they go to the cameras, and like, what happened? Like what is going on right now? And apparently she was just like stealing shit out of the basement, like just like hammering down bottles of stuff. And then I don't know if she fell in the bathroom, but she was yakking in the bathroom. And he's just like sitting there, and he's like, good thing. He goes, good thing it's not just me. He goes, I would have flown way off the fucking handle. He's like, I've never had to put a person in a dumpster, but I was ready to. It's fucking. How did Chris describe? Oh, he goes, it's kind of like the cat watching the canary, huh? Working at the liquor store. But
yeah,
just fucking crazy. These fucking people, some of them. It's like,
yeah, I mean, I'm sure.
I don't know how we got the gash because there was nothing on video, so she might have shown up with it. I don't know. Obviously, she was fucking wrecked probably when she showed up, and then she got more wrecked when she got there.
Yeah.
I feel like this is an occupational hazard. You're working in a liquor store.
Yeah, but I see it's funny. I don't think you can ask like you would like to think like if you are owner of a liquor store, you would have to ask like, have you had any problems with alcohol? But I'm sure that's discrimination.
Yeah, I would imagine potentially.
Like you can't ask shit in an interview.
No.
Like, you can't even ask how old someone is.
No, like everything has to be like given to you.
Like
I learned all that when I had to go through like random shit.
Yeah, like anything that can be used as discrimination, you gotta just be fucking. It sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know, I mean, I'm sure every place is different, but like the liquor store I was at was like a very strict, like, hey man, like you're not drinking on the job when you're here. I mean, there were certainly times like on holidays, like, or if we closed early for some reason, like, and if the owner was there, he'd be like, all right, let's like for like around Christmas, we would close early, and then, he would hand out a couple beers, whatever, and all that stuff. But like, it was like pretty well known, like you don't drink on the job. Like you could drink afterwards.
That's generally anywhere.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Well, hey, I guess that checks out.
obviously, this woman had a problem because it was
Yeah.
3 days in and she's in the basement just stealing shit. But
Yeah. I mean, unless you're a, you work in the trades, because then I think like if you're fucked up, like no one really cares, because everyone else is probably fucked up too.
yeah, I mean, I guess there's a thing. Depends on what you do. Like if you drive trucks, they probably don't want you being fucking hammered.
Yeah.
Because if nothing else, because if you lose your license, then you can't drive. Now what?
Right. Yeah, I wonder how that works. If you're because it's a separate license to operate like machinery. So I wonder if you get a DUI, if you can no longer operate machinery.
Correct.
Oh, you can't?
If you lose your license, you lose your CDL.
Oh, it's a CDL for machinery?
What are you talking, like forklifts?
No, I'm talking like a front end loader or like construction equipment, like heavy machinery.
I feel like it probably should be. You get DUI.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was like something different.
I think if you have to drive it, it's a CDL, and the CDL has all those different classes.
Yeah.
Because what CDL stand for? Commercial driver license?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then there's just different classes of what qualifies. And then you probably need to be, and then you need to be certified on different pieces of equipment, because I think we were asking Jamie where when they were doing all the construction outside the gym, fucking idiots, like absolute fucking idiots. Like the guys are just out there working, and then the fucking people who don't work, they just stay at home all day. Like, oh, the brainiacs outside. And it's like, first of all, one, that's completely fucking uncalled for. Two, the guy with that fucking front end loader, he could probably take that thing and flip a dime over if he needed to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
some of those guys are fucking wild.
Never mind that of the brainiacs, there's probably only one that knows how to like work that specific piece of machinery, because for some reason he would get in one, do something with it, run across, get in the other one, and move it. Obviously, there wasn't someone else who's fucking capable of doing that.
Yeah.
And he was probably making six figures to do so.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
The brainiacs. Yeah.
Yeah. These people. Yeah. How's your fucking job? Where you sit in an office all day and you hate your fucking life making $60,000 a year.
Yeah.
Those brainiacs outside doing construction. Yeah. They make probably 3 times as much as you.
And they're more skilled than you.
Yeah, exactly.
So Tom the plumber was like, because I was saying it, I was like, you got to hear this, because obviously he works with those guys. He goes, dude, I would trust that guy to scratch my back with that fucking thing. Like seriously, the guy took one of the big metal plates and just like flipped it over. Like, you know how fucking heavy those things are? Cars drive over. Yeah, and he's just like sitting there like, whoop, flip, done.
Yeah. Like picking it up like gently, smooth, like it's not like teetering or nothing. Gets in the perfect spot. I struggle
to pick up inanimate objects off the ground more than that.
Yeah.
Like you go to pick something up and you don't get it the first time, you drop it on the way up.
Oh, that's the worst. The worst is when you go like 3 times and that it's that third time when you can't get it. That's when I just get so fucking furious. I usually just kick it.
Fuck it, it's not worth it.
Yeah, fuck it, not worth it. Or it's like it's like getting a ground ball in lacrosse. Like you go to pick it up a couple times, you can't get it, you just fucking kick it and try it in a different spot. It's the ground. I can't get it because of the ground. So I do all the time. You go to bend over, grab something, fuck, just kick it. Pick it. I'll pick it up over there. That side of the room. That side of the room is better for picking things up.
It's got a better plane.
Yeah. The equilibrium is off over here. You know, it's not a good spot.
You gotta find true level.
Yeah. I'm not on stable ground. Or stable mentality.
What is that?
Couldn't tell you. So we also got some press release from the United Nations. Did you guys hear about this? Jones, you may have. It's not really up your alley, but it's at least like world stuff. I feel like you know world things because you're like a real adult. Yeah, I mean, you have a real job.
Are we just gonna start throwing that word around like it means fucking something? So fucking JD was at the gym and he threw around the word adult like fucking 8 times. And every fucking time he said it, I had to remind him that he's not a fucking adult. He never will be a fucking adult. And he's got to get a lot closer. And like facts of the case here, I own my own business. I have bought and sold a house. Like I make my car payments, like all that crap.
Pay my bills on time.
I pay my bills on time. Sean Brown. It's like pay all my bills. Nice to my kids. But I'm just like, I'm not a fucking adult. Like, fuck out of here.
No. So anyway, the UN released their climate report, and apparently it's not so good. They released all this fucking information that like we originally thought we had until 21-23 before things were going to hit the fan, and now we're projecting them at the year 2040.
Sick.
And it's like they're going on and on about all this shit, and they're like, oh, it turns out some of this is irreversible and all this stuff, but we can slow it down. We might not be able to revert. And it's like I purposely didn't read the report because I don't give a fuck. But we have been talking about climate change for the better part of 3 decades. I mean, I've only been alive during 3 decades, but
it's at least 20 years. Because when did Inconvenient Truth come out? That was like 2000.
Yeah, but it's like this whole thing, like they just keep moving the goalposts. Like in the 90s, they were like, oh, by 2010, we're going to have some really bad shit. And then like 2006 rolls around and they're like, yeah, by like 2016, it's going to be really bad. And then we get to like 2015 and they're like, yeah, 2030 is not looking good. It's all the ice in the world is going to be gone. No more ice. No more ice anywhere. Ice is going extinct. So everyone, drink up because all the ice is gone. Like they're just like keep pushing it back. And it's like, I don't doubt that it's not getting warmer, but we also talked about this in an episode, maybe last winter, where, because I remember purposely calling out climate change because of this.
Like personally calling out the idea of climate change.
Yeah, and all the people that are like, by 2040, there's ice is going to be extinct. And it's like, no, because there was something that happened last winter. They were talking about like the sun, and we all know, maybe we know, most people know, eventually the sun is going to blow up. Right, like it's our sun. I think we still have 5 million years or something like that before it explodes. They project, but we are a lot closer to the end of our sun's life than we are to the beginning of our sun's life. So in that time, the way this works is like the sun is actually getting bigger. So every single year, the sun gets bigger. Well, what happens if you have a little light bulb and then you have a bigger light bulb next to it? The bigger light bulb is going to give off more heat, right? Just a thought, like a flame. So the sun is legitimately fire. So if you have a smaller fire and a bigger fire, you're going to get more heat from the bigger fire. So the sun is growing every year because eventually it's going to get to the point where it gets so big it becomes unstable, and then it's going to collapse inward and create a black hole. Luckily, none of us will be around by then, or unluckily, I suppose, depending on how you want to look at it.
You could bring it on tomorrow.
Vinny will be around. Vinny will
definitely still be here. um, and so that's a fact. So every year the sun is emitting more radiation and more heat. So if we've been keeping track of the world's climate over the last, 150 years, and everyone is like, I don't know, dude, the earth is the hottest it's been in 150 years. When we started 150 years ago, it was way fucking colder. Now it's getting hotter. It's definitely us. Well, I mean, it probably a little bit, but also like, did anyone think about, the fact that the sun is just bigger?
How do you have a political agenda around the size of the sun?
I mean, we're definitely not helping.
No, we're certainly not helping, but like, it's inevitable.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's like Thanos. Like it's gonna like, and also the Earth. Like it was part of this article that we did. I'm not gonna go back. I should go back and try and find the episode, but I specifically remember talking about it being like, the Earth has gone through periods where it gets really hot and then it gets cold and then it gets hot and then it's cold. And right now we're like peaking on a hot arc. And then, I don't know, maybe 1,000 years from now, we'll be on like a cold trough. And
So
then
we're gonna get out of the race stage.
1,000 years from then we'll be, but like it's still trending upwards. So it does like the stupid fucking wave thing. Like the wave goes like this, but it's still like going up and going down and going up and going down. So it's like, what the fuck? Like it's just people being stupid, being like, oh yeah, no, we're screwed. We're not gonna have any more ice in 30
We
years.
are screwed. We're screwed, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing, is there's really nothing we can do about it.
No.
Like this whole like false hope thing where it's like, well, if we get all electric cars, then we'll have more ice. Well, probably not. I don't think that's how this is gonna work.
People just have way too much time on their hands.
Yeah.
Like,
That's the biggest problem.
That is the biggest problem.
People need fucking hobbies. Don't pick golf though. Golf sucks. Don't play
Yeah,
golf.
no, definitely don't do that. Yeah.
No, pick something else.
I started swinging again, and I'm afraid.
Can you get a ball airborne?
Not yet. I'm still trying to get like the swing sound.
Have you been to the range at all?
As hard as you can.
I kind of took a hit once I like started moving.
Yeah, moving sucks.
It's the worst.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure moving might be one of the worst things like
1,000.
to do.
I will never move again without movers.
Yeah.
Never.
Yep.
Not a fucking chance. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
agreed.
So I moved everything out of the old house by myself except for my bed. And it was a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
Never again will I do that.
No, fuck
No,
that.
I'm done. I'm done. If I'm not getting movers, I'm burning everything down in the fucking house.
Yep.
It could be
What's
fucking
up,
end.
dude?
Yeah. It's not my problem anymore.
Pretty sure you don't move, Ash.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think Jones, you say you're coming up to the Tuesday of that week that you're off?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll be driving up Tuesday, so I'll be up there Tuesday night.
Yeah, because I'm off that whole week. So let me know if you want to play when you get up. We'll warm up before the weekend.
Excited.
There's a course like literally around the corner from here. It's perfect. It's short. It's pretty wide open.
I'm pretty sure it's socially acceptable if you kill someone there because it is
Yeah.
like seriously a fucking firing range.
Yeah, it is a bring your hard hat course.
I'm pretty sure I teed off on the first hole because I only played there once. I fucking hooked it and I hit it over the 8th fairway and into the 2nd fairway, and then hit it from the. No, is that how it goes? 182.
Yes.
Okay. And
yeah,
then
from
the
right to
second
left
fairway,
on one tee box. Yeah.
I think I only hit like a wedge back to the first green. Like it is like seriously fucking hard hat central.
Yeah, that stretch right there, 1, 8, 2, and 7. Those 4 holes, they all run like back and forth parallel. and it's not ideal. And then you throw 10 in there too, because 10 runs right along on the other side of 1. So when the course gets real busy, it's like that section is like a fucking no-fly zone. Because there's just balls everywhere but the fairway you want it to be on.
Everyone's just like crossing over.
Yeah. It's literally like air traffic control.
Yes.
Yeah, it's almost
that
like
is a good
instead of
course.
waiting for everyone to hit, it's almost like, all right, guys, on 3.
I haven't actually played a round since 19 when I was in Virginia. So
Since you were 19 or 2019?
No, 2019. I was also a fucking shit face when we played. So
yeah, I mean, it's golf. Most people are.
Yeah, I was like almost blackout. Like I could feel myself teetering.
So it'll be good. We'll check that out. Like I said, it's short. It's open. The back 9 gets a little iffy, but it's also mostly par 3s. There's like 4 par 3s on the back. So
R.I.P. me.
Yeah. And then I don't know where we'll play Thursday, Friday.
What time are we trying to head up to Hyannis on Thursday?
Well, it turns out it's Harwich. I was wrong. I thought it was Hyannis. I just assumed we're in Harwich. I don't know.
I usually get a tee time for like usually around 10-ish, which usually gets us off the course at like 2:30, and then usually check-ins between 3 and 4. Cranberry Valley's in Harwich. It's supposed to be pretty nice. I'm either thinking about either that or going over to Yarmouth, because I'm pretty sure Bass River is like seriously wide open, hard hat central, like whatever.
Yeah.
And Chris Healy was saying he went there with his buddies one year. Like same thing, like hitting the ball maybe.
Yeah.
Like thing.
That's
But
probably my
whoever took the most shots or whatever was wearing like a luchador mask and shit. Like that's the type of shit they were doing.
Yeah, so we actually have to drive through Yarmouth. We have to go past Bass River in order to get to Harwich.
It's right off 28.
Yeah.
Hey, you know who designed it?
Donald Ross.
Oh yeah.
Ah, sick. That's my course. We have to play there now. Apparently, I only play Donald Ross courses.
Well, dude, he did like 60% of them in Massachusetts.
Yeah, I know. I still got to figure out.
Dude. So I hate when people talk about Donald Ross courses, but I actually like them. Yeah, there's like hills and shit, which is super annoying, but
I do too. I know. Like
Donald Ross course is wide open off the tee, and then it gets really hard and kicks you in the dick the rest of the way.
Yeah. Like I know. Like I joke about it all the time, but like I do like his courses.
Yeah, I mean they kick the living fuck out of me, but
yeah. I'm looking at the calendar right now, and it is very quickly going to be September. Because I was thinking like, I still got to reach out to Scott, friend of the show, been on before. See if we can go to Merrimack Valley, maybe like a Saturday or a Sunday. But this Saturday is a no-go. Next Saturday, I don't know. Maybe. And then the Saturday after that is Guys Weekend. And then the Saturday after that's Labor Day weekend. So then we're in September. So it's fucking...
It's going to be Leif Erikson Day before we...
Yeah, it's going to be cold and shitty before you know it.
So I'm like... this is the 1 year in my entire life that like I just don't stop traveling. So we got like Guys Weekend coming up. And then like right after that, I have to do a 4-day in Pittsburgh. And then the Sunday, I'm driving down to North Carolina for a week to the Outer Banks, and then come back for like 2 weeks. And then like 2 weeks later, we're going to Savannah. Well, not Savannah, but Tybee Island. But me and Brandy's dad are going to go golfing in Savannah.
Careful you don't get stuck there.
Hey, I mean, if we do.
You don't, dude, it's not that bad if you did.
Oh, yeah, no, it's true. Maybe
Does
you'll
he
be
golf
the reverse
Joey?
luck. We went down to Savannah last March. Well, not 2 Marches ago, and that's when COVID started. So maybe you'll go there and you'll undo it.
I mean, if we get stuck down there, I mean, I'm not going to complain.
Yeah.
Does he golf, Jones?
Yeah. So, well, he tore his meniscus about a month ago, but he's starting to like get back into it. So I'm trying to get him to go to Top Golf to see if we can actually do the damn thing in October. So we'll see.
Yeah, because let's say I don't know where Tybee is in relation, but
It's like
Hilton
an
Head.
hour-ish drive.
Oh, okay. Because I would say Hilton Head isn't far from Savannah, and Hilton Head is primo golf central.
I just really just want to hit a golf ball. That's really all I want to try. That's all I'm trying to do.
Or you can go to the club at Savannah Harbor and play with the alligators. We did that.
Yeah. That was fun.
I shot a 75 there with rental clubs, a sick fucking hangover, and I was ready to die by the time we left.
Yeah.
I shot like 5 over. I think I birdied the first hole.
It's the hangover tempo.
Dude, I couldn't even. Every iron I hooked like 40 yards, so I was just aiming off the fucking planet.
Yeah. That's all you got to do. Don't change your swing, just change your aim.
I mean, dude, with rental clubs and fucking the fact that I couldn't even see straight.
Yeah.
Because I think that was. Did we play after the night where you bet me $50 or whatever? That we were staying somewhere that we definitely weren't.
Oh,
staying.
yeah. Yeah. Dude, I bet you we're over there. We're definitely down that street.
And then you left after that or something?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Savannah?
Yeah, that might have been the night I got lost.
But we did stay on the most beautiful street in North America.
Jones Street?
Yeah, it was Jones Street.
Jones.
Gross.
Can't be that beautiful.
Most beautiful in North America.
Highly overrated then. Actually, I saw the hotel when I was up there. We were getting North Shore beefs, which I missed so much. Fucking destroyed it in like 2 seconds. We went by the hotel that we had the hotel party at.
Did you see the sign?
Yeah, like I told Brandon, like, hey, this is where Dickie and Scratch smoked themselves on that sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no longer a La Quinta.
No,
it used to be a Marriott. It's not a Marriott anymore.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah,
like a Hampton or something.
Yeah, and I don't think the King Beef store is there anymore either.
No,
sad.
It is tough because those King Beefs were fucking. Oh, they were so good.
That Jamie's spot though. Oh my god.
Yeah, dude, how good was that?
I fucked that shit up.
They get really wild there. They do like fancy beefs. I don't fuck around with that shit, but they'll do like, they'll put like other shit in the sandwich.
You don't need to do that.
Yeah, you don't need to do that. But their regular super beef, sauce and cheese, I think it's the best one I've ever had. It
was. Like
yeah.
I was just waiting, and Brandon's like, "Why are you smiling so hard?" Because it's a beef.
Because it's good. Yeah, I think my top two are Jamie's in Peabody and Tessie's in Tewksbury. Those are definitely the best that I've had. I mean, I've been to like Atha's in Peabody. Where else have I been? Anytime I go, because I travel like for work and do like shit in different areas, I'll go like early or on my way home and like grab a beef if I know I'm in beef country. And they're so fucking good. I miss them.
So when I was up in Myopia, which is close to Beverly,
that's beef country.
I know it is. But the problem is fucking Myopia is like fucking horse country. And I think they put in like it's like Call of Duty. There's like a fucking satellite jammer. So I'm trying to leave and I cannot get my phone to work. Like the GPS, I can't get it. And I'm like, so I got here by driving straight, but I can't look anything up. because my phone will not work at all.
Sick.
So I'm driving.
Where's my?
It's Hamilton, which is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know where Hamilton is.
It's like parts unknown, Massachusetts. It's like the fake part of Massachusetts.
Well, again, it's funny because it's like it's not far from the Beverly's like main drag, and then all of a sudden it's like back to 1898 or whatever.
Yeah, like Hamilton. What is it? Hamilton, Boxford, Wenham, like that whole area. Amesbury.
He was Boxford, and someone else was Byfield. I don't know where the fuck that is.
Yeah.
But
I feel like Byfield is.
I think
is
it's
that by
more
Jones.
I think it's like Georgetown.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm driving again, trying to get my phone to work, which it won't. And then like as I'm driving by on my left, I see Nick's. I'm like, motherfucker. Like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And I'm like, I don't know if I can get my phone to work, so I don't know how to fucking turn around. I'm like, I was just pissed. I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. But I'm like, fuck me. It's like I drove right fucking by it.
Yeah.
Right fucking by it.
You should just stop.
I should have just stopped dead in the middle of the road.
Because then you'll either get a beef or you'll get hit by a car, and then it's not your problem anymore.
Not my fault. I got rear-ended.
Yeah. It's his fault.
Yeah. Not my fault.
Not my fault, guy.
PhD in excuse making.
You want to start wrapping this up?
We can wrap this up.
All right.
So, I was going through some of my old baseball cards in which to list on eBay. So we're going to do a little bit of name association tonight.
All right. I like this.
This is a nice stack. So the first thing that comes to your mind when I say the following players. Kurt Schilling.
Bloody sock.
White supremacist.
Douchebag. Phil Nevin.
Not good.
Knuckleball? No, that was Phil Necro.
Necro, yeah.
I just got Padres.
I don't know. I'll say Phil Necro.
Yeah, Phil Nevin. He was a third baseman, first baseman for the
Okay,
Padres.
so right. Okay.
Whatever. Eric Chavez.
Oh, the best in MLB 05. I used to trade for him every franchise that I had. I needed him as my third baseman. I love Eric Chavez.
Underachieving A's. Tim Salmon.
Angels.
Was always told he was good and he wasn't very good.
Yeah, it's like him and Troy Gloss.
Yes.
Mike Hampton.
Braves?
Huge contract. He was the first huge contract in baseball.
Yeah, he was. He was.
Which is disgusting because he was shit.
Was he on the Braves?
He wasn't the Braves. He wasn't the Braves. Then he went to the Rockies for like a ridiculous contract.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is on the Rockies. Pokey Reese.
Oh.
04.
04. Okie dokie Reese.
Yep. Oh, fuck. This card's numbered 100 out of 100. I should try to sell it. Al Leiter.
Oh, God. Local guy.
My thoughts are if he's not a drunk, he should be.
Yeah. Local guy played for the Mets. You know, it's like disappointment 1 to disappointment 2.
Ted Lilly.
Oh, he went. He was like
A's.
the number 4 guy when they had the big 3.
Yeah, he was the lefty. He was the lefty for the A's.
Yeah, could barely throw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to throw like an 88-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah, I'm sitting here wondering why I fucking have his card.
Yeah, but his spin rate was probably awesome.
Big junk.
Yeah.
Jesus
yeah, that was
Christ.
that starting 5 was so fucking good. It was
So
what
good.
Barry Zito, Mark Mulder,
Tim Hudson,
Ted Lilly, Tim Hudson.
and then just some bum.
Some bum was the 5th guy. Like it
Casey
didn't matter.
Kochman.
Oh,
What was it?
Casey Kochman.
He was on the Angels. He was a utility guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's just like
Twins
a big
too, I believe, right? He also
probably.
played for Minnesota.
Who cares? This might be his rookie card. Who knows? Corey Lytle, over. I feel like he gave up a lot of runs.
Yeah, he was on the Yankees at one point. I do know that.
I mean, his career ERA is 4.42
Oh,
as
Jesus.
of
That's terrible.
2004.
Yeah, that's not great.
Yeah, but what is it now? He could have turned it around.
Yeah, he could have. Daryl Kyle, he died in the helicopter crash.
Yeah, it's dead.
Dead.
On the Rockies. He was on the Rockies at one point. I think he was on the Rockies with Andres Galarraga.
Was he? He was in helicopter. I thought he was a heart attack.
I have no idea.
Roy Halladay was in the plane.
Well, he was flying his own plane,
Yeah.
as Felger so eloquently reminds us.
I think Daryl Kyle was a heart attack or maybe drugs. We don't know.
I don't know.
Well,
Could have been, it could have been cocaine. It could have been a cocaine-induced heart attack.
Brad Radke.
Twins. He was their ace forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
He
never
was their ace
really.
for Johan Santana.
I'll assure you, he was so fucking mediocre except for one season in 1997.
Yeah.
Like, so mediocre. Like, he was their ace. He went 11 and 14, 11 and 16, 20 and 10. Good. 12 and 14, 12 and 14, 12 and 16, 15 and 11. That's not bad. 9 and 5, 14 and 10. That is fucking poor.
Yeah.
That's
Most
like
of those
5 wins
years,
seasons.
They had Everyday Eddie as a closer. Eddie Guardado.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I was like thinking, I'm like, who the fuck is that? Didn't they have Ugi Urbina for a while too?
Oh, that was the Expos.
Oh, okay.
I was a big
forget
Ugueth
the-
guy. when
I
was
forgot
growing
who
up.
the Red Sox got him from.
The
He's a
Expos.
murderer.
He is a murderer.
I got 2 left. Justin Ducherer.
Oh, he's a pitcher for the A's?
Yep.
Yes.
He was supposed to be pretty good. I don't think he ever turned out to be very good. And the last one, Kyle Lose.
Oh,
probably
yeah. He was a
entirely-
douchebag.
He probably played entirely longer than he ever should have.
He pitched for the Cardinals and for the Twins, I think.
And then
He was,
he's on.
he was with Brad.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was part on that same staff with Radke.
Yeah. I remember everyone thought he was going to be really good because he was a lefty. Everyone was like, oh, Kyle Loesch, oh, he's nasty. He's going to be so good. And then he never was.
Career ERA as of 2004 and including 2004, 4.86. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, absolute loserville right there.
Dude, sick cards, though.
I know someone will probably buy those, right?
Yeah,
That'll be
why
worth
not? Yeah. Oh, you got to keep them. All right, Jones. Do you have a final thought?
I
This
do.
been cooking in the crock pot.
It's been the crock pot. So I was just thinking, given the whole Cuomo situation and everything, and just politics just being a fucking utter shit show, do you actually think that politicians are actual shitbags? Like, do they actually have their political views? Like, do they hold those views in real life? Or is this kind of just like a show like wrestling? Like, you can be like the biggest heel in wrestling, but actually be like a decent human being? Or do you think like Margaret Taylor Greene is actually smart or something in real life?
I think it's a lot closer to WWF than not.
That's what I'm leaning towards too.
I think a lot of it is for show and for like donor money. You know what I mean? Like they have to put on a show. Like they have to say certain things so that like their party will, kind of move them along. Like if they have aspirations of being like holding higher office someday, like they have to say the right things and grease the right palms and, shake the right hand. You know what I mean? Like got to do all that shit. And I think they have to play the game. And I think that like outside of that, they're probably fine people. Like I would like to think that like AOC isn't completely retarded. And like you could probably hang out with her and like she's probably like fine. But like you listen to some of the shit she says and you're like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Or like, I'm trying to think of some other guy. I'm sure Mitch McConnell's just a cunt because he's old. He's an old white Southern man. He's most likely a cunt.
Which and I think we were talking about like the tweet earlier, where like he's just a narcissist. Like he's 1 billion.
Yeah, but like I use the example of like Dan Crenshaw, who I've loved Crenshaw forever, but now that he's like entrenched in his position as a politician, I've noticed a shift in the things that he says and what he posts and things like that. And I'm like, well, that's a shame because he's kind of just like saying things that he's supposed to say because he's a Republican. You know what I mean? Right. I'm like, I don't know if he really feels that way. Cause like it's like I followed him very closely on his path to becoming a representative. And like I said, now that he's been in the position for I think at least 2 years at this point, he's not the same. He's not the same. And you know, you hear like someone like Tulsi Gabbard, who completely bailed on politics altogether and has come out like publicly saying and ripping these politicians for like the bullshit, like high school shit that goes on behind the scenes. Like, I think, like you said, I think it's a lot closer to like the WWF or I guess the WWE than not. Like, I think they're just putting on a show. And like I said, the people that have been there forever, like Nancy Pelosi, she's probably a cunt. Bernie Sanders might be an absolute fucking lunatic, but he seems like a guy I would like to like have a couple beers with.
Yeah.
But I'm even trying to think of like some other people. Like I'm sure like Mitt Romney. Like I'm sure Mitt Romney's a fine guy. I mean, he's a Mormon, so I know he's a good guy because there's no such thing as a bad Mormon. Weird, yes, but bad, no. Or like Ron DeSantis in Florida. Like I'm sure he's a fine guy. Like he comes out and says all this like crazy shit just to be on the news and just to get his name out there because I think he's probably going to end up being the Republican candidate in 2024. But I feel like he's probably like a fine person. Like if you just hang out with him, like that's what I mean. I feel like most politicians are probably fine people, unless, like I said, they've been in office for like 40 years.
But doesn't that kind of scare you too? Like you can't be yourself.
Yeah. And I think it's more damning on the system and of what, and it goes to show that like people don't actually run the country anymore. It's corporations. You know what I mean? Like Dan Crenshaw can't say the same things he was saying on the campaign trail because now he actually has like legitimate donors behind him that if he pisses off will not give him money anymore. Whereas when he wasn't in the position and he was trying to get the position, those same donors weren't giving him money. You know what I mean? So it's things like that where like if you follow people long enough and you notice how their voice changes, you're like, yeah, I think this is just a facade. And I think it's
kind of like sad. Ted Cruz too. Like before, like when he was running against Trump in the primary, like he was all against Trump, and then like Trump gets in office, and then he just bows down to him.
Yeah.
So it's just all about the dollar and who the base is.
Right. The same thing with Kamala and Biden. She literally said during one of the debates, I believe the women that have accused him of sexual harassment. And now she's the fucking vice president. So when he croaks, she's got the job and they're supposed to work together. And then someone asked her about it and was like, hey, so like what happened in that debate when you said, you know, that you believed all the women that accused Joe Biden of misconduct? And she laughed and goes, it was a debate. And you're like, the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Yeah.
They're all full of shit.
They're all full of shit. Again, I stand by the Dan Holloway creed of all politicians are cunts.
And even if it is like, you know, they're putting it on like WWE style, they never put it off and be regular people. So therefore, they're all fucking cunts. Fuck them.
Yes. Yeah. Agreed. So, despite being potentially like fine regular people, they're still cunts.
Dude, until politicians stop being like full-time politicians, they're gonna be cunts forever.
Yeah.
That's not going away anytime soon.
Nope, never.
you,
It'll
Gabe.
never go away. You're never gonna
Thanks,
get a
Duke.
fucking electrician that's gonna be a representative on the side.
Yeah.
I can't believe, like, looking back on my, like, when we were in college, like, I actually thought I wanted to get in politics. Can you imagine that? Like, me now as a politician.
Okay. All college people are uninformed idiots, so it's not your fault.
Yes.
I'm still not an idiot.
You're an informed idiot now. Yes, you are, because I listen to the uninformed idiots. They're uninformed, like bad.
Yeah. All right. I'm trying to decide on my final thought here. You know what? I'll do this one because it's more fun with more people. So Jones, we actually talked about this briefly earlier. It's something that you sent me. So I'll go first, but I want to know your guys' top 5 fast food orders. So start with the place and then like the actual order. So I said, I'll go first. I'll give you some time to think about it. So these are like in no particular order for me. The Chick-fil-A spicy chicken sandwich. The Wendy's Baconator. Then I'm doubling up on Wendy's because Wendy's is the greatest fast food chain of all time. I don't count all your fucking Five Guys and In-N-Out and all that Cookout because I'm talking like fast food chains like that are everywhere. You know,
Play the hits.
Yes, play the hits. Like I know the Cookout is the best, but you can't get them anywhere outside of the South, so it doesn't count. Anything that's like regional can get fucked. So my third one is the Wendy's. It was like a jalapeno onion barbecue burger. It had jalapeno. It was a double cheeseburger with bacon, jalapenos, onion strings, and barbecue sauce. And it was fucking delicious. I forget the name of it, but so that's my third one. Then I'm going Burger King chicken fries. Those are pretty fucking good. And then my fifth one is probably going to be, I got to go like Five Guys. You know, a Five Guys double bacon cheddar burger with grilled onions, jalapenos, and A1 sauce. That's my order when I go there.
I like that. Can we resurrect things?
Yeah. What are you resurrecting?
Okay. So number 1 is the spicy Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Yep.
With ranch, because that's incredible.
I go Chick-fil-A sauce, but
so I do the spicy. I do spicy ranch, and then I'll go original with the Chick-fil-A sauce.
Yeah. Can we also talk about? I used to make the mistake of getting the spicy chicken deluxe.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
It's not worth it because I don't like the lettuce and the tomato.
It's way too many accoutrements.
Yeah. They're not accoutrements; they're condiments.
We've had to do this before many a time.
The accoutrement is the fork.
Or your hand.
Yeah. But yeah, no, just the regular spicy chicken sandwich and get it with the pepper jack cheese because that's literally the only good thing about the spicy deluxe is they give you pepper jack cheese with lettuce and tomato. They give you way too much lettuce. I always end up taking it off. And then I finally just learned just get the regular spicy chicken sandwich with pepper jack cheese. And it's the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now Wendy's has, so on my way to Pittsburgh this past weekend, I found out that Wendy's has a spicy chicken sandwich that has jalapeno cream cheese with shredded jack cheese,
Whoa.
jalapenos. Yeah,
Whoa.
it's a banger.
That's Wendy's?
Wendy's.
Shit.
Wendy's is reinventing the fucking game. It's so fucking good. And they have like this melty fucking like queso. It's so good.
Dude, I love Wendy's. That's what I mean. Like, as far as like, what is it? Is there 4? As far as the big 4, Wendy's is by and far more superior.
Yeah.
Or is there just 3?
Well, what would be the 4th? Because you have McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's.
McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. I mean, do you want to throw KFC and Taco Bell in there for the Power 5, the Power 5 conference?
I would throw them in there.
Because like I said, like obviously I included Five Guys in mine, and like In-N-Out, Five Guys, Whataburger, they are fast food. But when I'm talking like the best fast food chain, like chain
if you're on a road trip,
means
if you're on
like
a road
national.
Trip.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Five Guys is the best fast food burger ever.
Right.
Far superior to Whataburger and In-N-Out. I've never had In-N-Out, but I've had Whataburger. Five Guys better. It's the best. But like from the Power 5, Wendy's is far superior than all the other ones. It
is. So that like the spicy jalapeno, I think it's jalapeno popper chicken sandwich. Fucking balls. It's incredible. Taco Bell. Crunchwrap Supreme.
Vinny's favorite.
It's so good with some fire sauce in there. Yeah. I'll also throw in number 4 is the cheesy gordita crunch, just because you can actually eat it on the way. Like if you're driving, like you can just like shove it in your face.
Yeah.
5 is it's probably just your standard McDonald's double cheeseburger.
No Big Mac?
No, Big Mac sucks. I've never had a Big Mac. I refuse to have a Big Mac.
Yeah. I mean, I obviously left it off my list. It's not one of my favorites.
Because the McDonald's double cheeseburger, like you know what you're getting. You know it's fucking trash. You know you're trash. You're eating.
If one of the
I don't eat at McDonald's anything to know I'm trash.
Yeah, one of the grossest things we used to get is when Vinny would leave the house on like a Monday morning, like wicked fucking hungover, and he would send a Snapchat to the group that he stopped at Taco Bell and got like the box of fucking tacos. It was like 12 tacos in a box. And you knew he was going to eat every single one of them. And I was dude, that's so fucking gross.
Did you guys ever have the McGangbang?
No.
Do you know what the McGangbang is?
I'm aware of it.
Yeah.
Jamo used to go up to the fucking window and order that.
We say, hey, can I have a McGangbang?
Yeah. Like, I'm not kidding.
What is it?
Why would you not? Why would you be kidding?
Yeah, I mean, he sucks. No, it was you mixed a double cheeseburger and a McChicken.
Oh.
And you just made it into one sandwich. I don't know what the exact construction of it was, but
yeah.
I think it's a double cheeseburger with McChicken in the middle. Yeah, so it's just gross. I don't trust McDonald's chicken.
No.
I don't trust McDonald's anything.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Except for the McFlurry. Except the machine's always broken.
All right. So in all full transparency, I haven't eaten from any of these places in a very, very long time. So I'm just going to shoot off the hip kind of from a list. I had to pull up a fucking list. That's how bad this is. So
how bad.
Some of this might be a little poetic justice or poetic license, but we're just going to go with it because I'm not going to let facts or proper thoughts get in the way of my list.
When have we ever let facts get in the way of anything on this show?
No. So chicken fillet, whatever the fuck you get. I don't know, whatever. The sandwich, waffle fries, whatever. I don't fucking care. I don't know the difference.
From where?
Chicken fillet.
Oh yeah, okay, I get it. Yep.
Do you remember that, the Unforgivable videos, where it's just
Yeah,
like the black guy talking in black and white?
yeah. I want some waffle fries. I
Yeah,
want that shit for free.
chicken fillet. So according to my list, all of these things are eligible. So I'm going Domino's, like meat lovers or whatever. Really, kind of anything there.
That is fucking genius.
Yeah, I mean, I had to pull up the list because I'm retarded, but I'm doing it. Panda Express orange chicken. You will be so fucking sick after, but oh my god, how fucking good is it? Like you will feel like there is nothing that makes you feel worse about yourself than not only that I already do, but
Yeah.
how I already feel about myself. Plus Panda Express orange chicken, but it fucking smacks.
Yeah, it is really good.
Undeniably smacks. Was that 3?
That's 3, yeah.
Fuck. I'm doing. Where was it? This is national enough. Jersey Mike's Italian with Mike's Way or whatever.
Yep. I had that this weekend. It's been
Jersey
phenomenal.
Mike smacks. So fucking good.
And the spicy chicken nuggets from Wendy's.
Good call.
That's my 5.
Do you guys remember the McDonald's chicken selects? Because I want to recreate that.
Yeah. Yeah. They had
Those were
funny
s-
commercials for those, didn't they?
I think so. Those when I was like barely online.
Yeah.
But I think Wendy's just kind of like cornered the chicken like fast food game besides Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. I think Wendy's has gone above and beyond. Like, as I mean, back in the day, there weren't a lot of Wendy's around. Like it was only just like McDonald's and Burger King. And I think we had to go to Stoneham to get Wendy's growing up, right? Or Woburn.
I thought that came later.
Oh,
I thought when we were young, we had to move.
might have been Woburn was the nearest Wendy's. Like there was not a Wendy's close. Like there wasn't a lot of Wendy's around when we were growing up. And then
Medford got one.
so then like it started out for me, it was always like McDonald's was the best. And then it shifted to like Burger King is so much fucking better. McDonald's sucks. And then I was like, oh my God, Wendy's. And then they just took over. Like once I got to college, I was like, Wendy's by far.
Where are you guys on, or since Knobsucker is too much of a la-di-da person, where do you think McDonald's fries are in comparison to everyone else's? Because I've
last.
Thank you.
Yeah.
McDonald's fries are garbage. Burger King fries were the best when we were kids, and now like Wendy's fries have like overtaken them.
Yeah, well, that's why I went the Burger King chicken fries. Like those were sneaky good.
Yeah,
I enjoyed those. But yeah, no, McDonald's fries are the worst. I bring this up probably way more frequently than I like all the time. Anytime McDonald's gets brought up, but I remember someone did a science experiment in high school about the decaying of French fries from all the different places. So they got like frozen, like Ore-Ida, like whatever, and they got like Burger King French fries, Wendy's, McDonald's, and then they got like fresh potato and cut them up, and they had them all in like Ziploc bags, and they ran the experiment over the course of 30 days, and they took pictures along the way, and by like day 7, like the real potatoes started getting gross. By like day like 10 to 12, the frozen ones, and I think the Wendy's ones started going. And then by like day 20, the Burger King ones were gone. And then on day 30, they all were gross and moldy. The McDonald's French fries looked exactly the same on day 30 that they did on day 1. And I like after that, I was like, I am never eating McDonald's French fries ever again. And I don't think I have since then.
Yeah, I think I've had a McDonald's French fry since I was like.
Yeah, I forget who it was. It was like I don't want to start dropping. Well, not like anyone listens to this podcast from. Well, some people do from Medford, but I want to say it was like someone like the year in between us, Dats, and it was like some like random girl like Annie Hathaway or something like that. Like, you remember her? Like, there's like someone in the year in between us did the science project, and that's what it was. But it was like one of those girls that was like, like everyone knew who they were, but like no one really hung out with them.
I don't know why you got to attack their character like this.
Well, no, I mean, I'm a piece of shit, so.
Honestly, I have no idea. But I know Murph, the teacher, not the person, he did something like that with the burgers too. And like a McDonald's burger just like doesn't decay.
Yeah.
It's got a half-life of 32 years.
Yeah. Well, you know what does decay because it's all natural and it fucking smacks? Is grill your ass off seasoning. You put that shit on whatever you want and it'll make a McDonald's burger taste good. I still wouldn't eat it, but I'd think about it. I'd mostly think about eating it because I don't want to waste the seasoning. So what you guys can do is go to grillyourassoff.com and use our promo code SarcasmPod, and you get 15% off your entire order of anything, whether it's seasoning. They've got seasoned salts. They've got T-shirts. They got mugs. Some of the apparel is pretty funny. Everything is great. They got barbecue sauce, all kinds of shit. You think of it, they got it. Go to grillyourassoff.com. Use the promo code SarcasmPod to get 15% off your entire order. I use it seriously every time I cook. I can't say it enough. They're awesome. Better than Meat Church, better than all those other fucking places too. So go to grillyourassoff.com, promo code SarcasmPod, 15% off. Jones, you ever used Grill Your Ass Off?
No, but I will definitely use them now.
Yeah, because you save money.
Now that they have a functioning kitchen and grill, I will definitely use
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, they give you a pound of seasoning. Like when you buy the bottle, it's a 16-ounce thing and it's only $12.
That's fine.
So if you use our promo code SarcasmPod, what is that? Like $2.50 off? You get a pound of seasoning for like $10?
Sure. I
don't do math. Mm-hmm. So you can also go to mybookie.com and use the exact same promo code because we like to make things easy because we figure if you're listening to the show, you're probably slightly retarded just like we are. So the same promo code SarcasmPod will get you a 50% match on your first deposit up to $1,000 over there at mybookie.com. Promo code SarcasmPod. So that is it for us. What'd you say?
Buy a t-shirt.
Buy a t-shirt. Go to the Instagram page at Sarcasm Speaks Pod, and you click the link in our bio, and that will bring you to the merch store. We have our own merch. You can buy it. It gets shipped directly to you, not anywhere else, because that might happen, but it doesn't happen here. You buy a t-shirt from somewhere else, maybe they don't ship it to you. We'll ship it to you. You will get it.
Jared will actually make sure that he sends it directly to you.
Yes, you will get the t-shirt to you, not somewhere else. But you do that by Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod. Click on the link in the bio. Go to the merch store. You can follow us on Twitter at Sarcasm_Speaks. Our Facebook page is Sarcasm Speaks. If you're on YouTube, make sure you give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave us a comment below. Subscribe wherever you're listening right now. If you're on the audio only show, if you use Apple Podcasts, go over to the iTunes store, give us 5 stars over there, write us a review. Tell me how much you hate me. I don't care. As long as you leave 5 stars, you can call me all the names you want. You're not going to hurt my feelings. So all the engagement helps the natural visibility and find eyeballs to new viewers. So that, I believe, is it. So until next time, good night, everyone.